Welcome dear students. Today's session is on styles of leadership under the subject organizational behavior. We'll be going through the old styles of leadership, that is autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, modern styles of leadership, charismatic, transformational and transactional leadership, the 21st century style of leadership which is values-based leadership. Under the old styles of leadership, the first one being autocratic style, that is power style, which means Nirankushatva Nayakatvada Shaili. It is derived from the Greek language auto meaning self and kratic means rule, self-rule. The essence of the style lies in this line, my way or the highway, obey the orders. This style of leadership keeps all decision making at the center of the organization. The features are the leader gives direction and others have to follow it, and these workers are closely supervised by the leadership team. Workers and employees have limited information, little or no inputs, no suggestions, no creativity from group members. All the work methods, the procedure, the processes, the best practices are dictated by the leadership team. How to do, when to do and whom to report, everything is taken care of by the leadership team. Creativity and out of box thinking is discouraged. Following rules are very important for the leadership team. These are the visual pictures which will depict autocratic style of leadership. Benefits of autocratic style of leadership. It can also be used in larger groups where a great deal of pressure is involved and the leader is the most knowledgeable member of the group. It is helpful in situations where a business faces constant change or a crisis. The style is important in such organizations which demand error-free outcomes. For example, if a company is supposed to make a shipcraft or an aircraft, they have to ensure the assembly line, the quality, the parts and the entire product is delivered with lots of care. Everybody has to ensure that each assembly line is producing a quality product, and the assembling of the parts to convert into a machine is also successful. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಅದು ಮಾಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬಂದರೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. It demands error-free outcomes. So in these kind of situations, autocratic style of leadership is very suitable. There are some of the most significant events in our world which has happened under autocratic style of leadership. Two examples are given here. The popularity of the automobile due to Henry Ford and the widespread of usage of social media. Can you see the pictures? Yeah, they are the reasons who have assumed autocratic style of leadership. Disadvantages too. There are disadvantages of autocratic leadership. Individuals who march to the beat of their own drum generally don't work well under autocratic leaders. This style can discourage team creativity. Modern employees, especially millennials, they do not react well to authoritarian leaders. It can discourage open communication between leaders and subordinates. The approachability by the team members or the group members towards the leader will be diluted. Autocratic leadership style cannot help the subordinate to develop leadership skills because there is so much of dependency on the leader and their instructions that the free hands of working in the organization wouldn't happen. Autocratic style examples of autocratic leaders, we can consider Indira Gandhi ji, John F. Kennedy, Henry Ford, Hitler and Donald Trump. Students, you can also think of any other leaders who sets into this style. There is a small activity now. Think and discuss what kind of organizations need autocratic style of leadership. We'll move on to the next, that is democratic style. Democratic style considers participation by the team members. Participation means mental and emotional involvement of people to contribute to the goals and share responsibility among the group members. Here the leader tries to lead or guide his subordinates through convincing them and by example instead of fear, status or force. These are the visual pictures which depict democratic style. Democratic style of leaders take a very relaxed yet in control approach to leading the group. The whole staff is informed about what is going to happen, what has happened, how things might affect their work, and share decision making and taken along with the problems which are coming up on a day-to-day basis. They also let them know who is going to shoulder responsibilities in solving problems. Participative leaders more often would consult the group when approaching an issue and consider their suggestions. However, the final decision will retain with the leader. Examples: Indira Nooyi, Narendra Modi ji, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Tata, Birla, Ambani, Bajaj, Singhania, Narayan Murthy, Aziz Premji, and so on. So now also think of and discuss with your friends as to what kind of organization need democratic style of leadership. The third one, laissez-faire style. It is a French phrase meaning let them do. These leaders are hands-off and allow their group members to make the decisions. It is also known as delegative leadership. Group members are expected to solve problems on their own. The leaders trust and allow the team to decide what is right, what is wrong. They help them get the skill of prudence. The leaders have so much confidence in the team that they let them take the freedom to make their own decisions, keeping in mind the end results too. This is the picture which says, "He who leads least leads best." This comes only when the team is so matured and has so much of experience and knowledge to execute things that they are capable of operating completely independently, taking responsibility, and is never afraid to make decisions. The team will be self-guiding and self-regulating. By doing so, leaders can increase the confidence of the group members and also create next line of leaders. The responsibility of a leader is not only to showcase the leadership capabilities and skills, they are also responsible to create the next line of leaders in their organizations. This is a lovely picture of a honeycomb. The queen honeybee doesn't always go behind the honeybees, directing the route, choosing flowers from where the nectar has to be sucked, but she only takes stock of whether the honey is being made, and at the end of the period all together make excellent honey. And dear students, do you know that this is the only food item, edible item, which can be stored for n number of years even without adding preservatives. Queen honeybee has the laissez-faire style of leadership here. However, note that laissez-faire style is not practiced in businesses where the people are not having high maturity levels and they cannot be controlled when left on their own, and always need directions from the managers and leadership team. And also the manager contribution or participation is almost nil. This style doesn't suit in such scenarios. You can also look for laissez-faire leaders and note down what kind of leaders fall into this category. This diagram depicts the autocratic, laissez-faire and democratic style. And this diagram shows the emphasis as to what goes on under autocratic style, democratic style and laissez-faire style. We'll go to the modern leadership styles now. It is charismatic and transformational leadership. Charismatic leader possesses certain exceptional powers or qualities which sets him apart from the ordinary men. They don't actually lead by authority or power or any coercive action, but rather with their charm of speech and personality. They talk to their followers as if they are the most important persons in the world. If the followers join such leader, they join and they'll committed with lots of obedience. Charismatic leaders emerge at the time of crisis. This visual picture gives the impact of how a charismatic leader leads or drives a group. Because they have clear vision of future, motivating speech, they set themselves through example, they understand people's emotions, they are mind readers of a group of any size. Advantages of charismatic leadership: they are able to bring in any sort of change in an organization. They are energetic and driving leaders. They support any environment of crisis to bring it to normalcy, and they articulate very well. Examples: John F. Welch, so Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. Dear students, you find many names throughout this class. You have to go and Google it and know about what kind of leaders they are, which kind of organizations they have headed and what impact they have brought in. Next we have transformational leadership. The term was used by Bernard M. Bass. He is one of the famous scholars in the areas of leadership studies and organizational behavior. This kind of leadership brings out potential in each individual and offers challenges and mentors how to overcome such challenges at times of need. The leader provides flexibility and expects work ethics too. Honest and transparency in communication is maintained. The leader invests time in developing a group with patience. Makes group members think beyond their own self-interest to achieve organizational goals. Students, do you remember subordination of individual interest to group interest, which we have learned under Principles of Management in the first year of BBA. This is what the transformational leaders bring into the team. These are the 4 elements of transformational leaders. They identify the potentials of people, the ideas are influenced, then they motivate and inspire to think about it and bring out their ideas and execute at the workplace. This gives them a boost of intellectual stimulation. Then each one is recognized as per their individual contribution and consideration. Transformational leaders, we have Swami Vivekananda, Martin Luther King, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam as excellent examples. To talk about transformational leaders and charismatic leaders, these lines from Steve Jobs is more than enough. Management is about persuading people to do things they do not want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could. Transactional leadership. Students, think about one of the basic principles of accounting. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Under transactional leadership, performance is expected and that too consistency should be maintained. Only then the group is rewarded. For example, we can hear someone saying this: if you want to get promotion, you better reach the sales target. To be the best, contribute the best. If you want to go on leave, you should finish the allotted work by staying extra hours in the office. These leaders keep on asking questions to ensure whether the employees are in the right direction to reach goals. Transactional leadership refers to the fact that this type of leadership essentially motivates subordinates by exchanging rewards for performance. The leadership emphasizes on results, the end results. Example, we can consider Bill Gates. You can go through his experiences and work style or the Google platform. Next, 21st century leadership style, values-based leadership. This style adopts emotional and psychological method of business management having concern for employees. They feel responsible for organizational stated values, the work culture, happiness of workers, environment, nature, society and the government. They don't want to make profits at the cost of people's sufferings and polluting the planet. They like to bring in a balance towards triple bottom line, that is profit, people and planet should not be overexploited. They don't look at greedy profits. So we have gone through all these styles of leadership: autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, the modern styles of leadership, charismatic, transformational and transactional leadership, the 21st century style of leadership, value-based leadership. If you have missed any of these explanations, you can go back to the video and go through it once again. The next class will be on theories of leadership. Please execute the activities. During this lockdown period, I don't think the mobiles will be locked down. You can definitely discuss over phone regarding the leadership styles. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.